Hello everybody, welcome to a tarot learning video. Tonight we're going to be talking about the dreaded reverse. Reverse cards, they can be scary for people that are just starting to learn tarot. I know I was definitely scared of reverses, but I wanted to talk a little bit about reverses in the way that I have kind of done them, and everybody does tarot differently. And so not to each his own, that's kind of like, yeah, to each his own. But I mean, everybody does them differently, and I just want to talk a little bit about how I interpret reversals. I'm not going to take too long, but I am going to give you a little bit of how I do it. Plus, the deck for tonight is the Tarotroial Expanded Mini Edition. This is a great learning deck. It has keywords in the upright and the reverse. It has signs, it has planets, numerology, a lot of really neat stuff on the card. It does have keywords in the upright and the reverse, which we're talking about reverses. I'm going to be putting a link down below if you want to pick up the Tarotroial Expanded Mini. It also is a small size, which I think actually works really, really well. When I was first doing like a lot of tarot readings and lives, bigger cards would, couple hours of shuffling constantly. The smaller edition, I really did like this. Or if you like small hands, it's a great gift for anybody, including yourself, who wants to learn tarot. But let's go ahead and talk about reversals. Now, when I was starting to learn tarot, reversals were one of the scariest things. And some people say don't worry about reversals for the first part of the time you're learning. And I mean, I guess you could do that, but I wanted to kind of know. So you're first learning 78 cards, and then you have to learn 78 plus 78 with reversals. But let's go ahead and pull a card, and then let me talk about the reversal. So whether this card's in the upright or the reverse, let's talk. Okay, perfect. The card that I pulled was the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card about, in my mind, a lot of times working together, community, teamwork, planning, building, that kind of thing. So what would the reverse? Well, the reverse of that, in my mind, usually would indicate something along the lines of doubt. So if it's teamwork, it might be doubt. It could also be a delay, or it could be speeding up of a process. So that's one of the other things that I talk a lot about is, speeding up or slowing down. It's a modification on the upright meaning of the card most of the time. It's not like always a complete reversal of what the card means. And I would say that for most of mine, it's not exactly a complete opposite. I will give one last thing here before we end. When I do couples readings, or when I'm doing a reading about somebody and a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, when I pull a reverse card like that, the reverse card is generally indicating the kind of state. The upright version of the reverse is indicating the state of the person that they're asking about. In a couples read, if I pull it in an upright, it tends to mean that it's talking more about that person's feelings. So the person asking the question. So don't be too scared of reversals. There are some cards that actually I like better as reversals. The Hierophant is one of those where the upright is structure, rigidity, conformity, tradition, and the reverse is freedom, doing your own thing, making up your own mind, thinking for yourself. I really like the Hierophant reverse. Another one that's kind of a fun one is the Hanged Man in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse, the Hanged Man is patience, waiting, being patient in your waiting, and the reverse is like your waiting is going to come to an end. That's what I generally do for reversals on the Hanged Man. So anyways, hopefully you've got that. So it's either a modification a lot of times about someone doubting something. It could be something speeding up. It could be something slowing down. It could be, in like I said, couples. It could be the other person's thoughts or feelings. So it's not too scary, but I would just have to say practice is really all you can get you there is practice, practice, practice. So, okay, hopefully you liked this. Again, the Tarotroial Mini is going to be linked down below. Go ahead and pick it up if you'd like. It's a great learning deck. It's a great price for what you get. The quality on the card is just fantastic. Look at that foil embossed. So anyways, okay, that's going to do it. Have a good one.